Hello Cancer, it's the final month of 2013, can you believe? And I'm here to give you the brief on what's happening with your horoscope for this Christmas period. And by the way, Merry Christmas. Thanks for keeping up with the reports that I have here, the video blogs. I look forward to you coming again next year. But now the key word for you is innovation. What we see there is a very interesting combination of planets with the new moon in the 6th sector of your horoscope. That moon is in an exchange with Jupiter, the ruler of the 6th house. This has a lot to do with your work, your health, and the way you're approaching those aspects of your life. And the fact that we see this exchange between your ruling planet, the moon, which has a lot to say about your physical well-being, your appearance, and also your style of work, your daily routine, that this is not considered generally a very, very good combination. It's like me staying at your house while you stay at my house. This is what's called mutual exchange, or as the Hindu astrologers call it, parivartana yoga. And here we also have the very friendly, benign aspect from Uranus, which is why I've mentioned the word innovation for you. Now, this new moon's happening today. It's the 3rd of December. And what that's telling me is that you definitely will be forced, in spite of yourself, to change the way in which you approach your work practices. Uranus is in your 10th house of profession. This new moon, sun and moon, in this 6th house of workplace activity, health, so on and so forth. And interestingly, it's nice to see that although we've got a right angle approaching between the sun and moon and Mars, that I think this is going to energize you and challenge you to make the changes that you intuitively feel are necessary for you now. So the new moon is heralding a new sort of cycle for you in this area, and it shows that your questioning mind will also bring with it some excitement that there is a possibility for you now to change what you're doing. And this has already happened the last couple of days with the sun in that aspect to Uranus. And if I look at some of the other aspects here, we see on the 5th that you're starting to understand a little more from your day-to-day routine and life itself. So life itself is becoming your guru, your teacher. And although your life is busy and stimulating, to say the least, you're able to use this rather than in an automatic sort of autonomous way in terms of learning from your day-to-day experiences with people. I think you're becoming more focused, more aware of what's going on. And that's especially true of the relationship you seem to be experiencing between your mind and your body. So this is a whole new vista of opportunity for you to develop. December 5th, then the tough aspect on December 7th between Mercury and Neptune. Mind you, these aspects are forming up to that perfected date. So you'll be feeling all of this all through this first week of the month. That's also important for you to clarify the perceptions you're having generally in terms of the communication. And I think, again, this is an internalized sort of process where the communication between your mind and your body, your mind and yourself, those sort of self-talk episodes that you go through need to be cleared up. And self-talk can sometimes be very useful. So it's a matter of clearing up, I suppose, the quality of that self-talk, so that's going to have a positive impact on your emotions and your body as well. The transit of Mars, we see here moving into the 4th house of your horoscope, which has to do with your family life. And it is the significator of land and housing, along with Saturn, which has a lot more direct activity associated with that part of your life. It's not considered a great planet by most, however, for you it is actually the best planet in the zodiac. So I normally say to Cancerian-born people that these transits of Mars, although they can cause some problems, usually have a silver lining to that cloud. So whatever disputes or troubles you experience through this next month or two with that planet, definitely have a positive outlook for you. You're also a little impatient with family members now, and it's not a good time for that to happen during Christmas. You want your independence now. You may be hamstrung by having too many obligations and responsibilities with your family. You're just going to have to grin and bear that. And you may well have to deal with someone who's a little more aggressive than usual just now. Now, around the 11th, you can deal with that with a very, as I said, innovation and experimentation are the key words this month. So let's apply that to these communication techniques, because around the 11th, and maybe even a little after that, the way you express yourself is going to define how those relationships are going to continue from now on. And I think using a bit of that experimentation, a bit of an unusual approach to the way you deal with other people, that's going to help you tremendously, especially if they're family members. Jupiter and Saturn on the 13th are very, very nicely placed from each other. Saturn has given you the serious bent of mind now. Jupiter will lighten that up, although, as I said, it does have a lot to do with health, death and disease. This fifth house where Saturn is positive now has to do with children, love affairs. So the health aspects here can be extended to someone that you care about just now. So you may need to advise them on the way they're looking after themselves, or rather not looking after themselves now. I like the conjunction of the Sun to the 7th house. 7th house is the western part of the zodiac. Sun is the finance ruler in your horoscope, and moving into the strength of the angular position assures you of some better opportunities financially during this period of, say, the 17th to the 22nd. So leading up to Christmas, this is nice. Just when you thought you may not be able to afford all those gifts, I can see that that's not going to be the case. It's also a time for business people there to solidify their relationships with others. If you've been spread too thinly, you may need to focus your attention back on those people who are important in supporting you in your business and being the source of the money that you earn. And of course, those most important relationships around marriages are de facto relationships. Reassert your love and your attention to that person in your life. Mercury also moves to that sector on the 24th, just the day before Christmas. So that's going to showcase the importance of relationship at this time and bring you back into the understanding of what Christmas is all about, that spirit of really unifying your emotions with those people that you truly love. The opposition from that 4th sector of Mars to the career shows some tension between your work and your home life. Right smack bang on Christmas Day is the exact aspect, but again, you'll be feeling that a little bit before that. That can be rather explosive. You may find people are demanding, for some of you, depending on the profession you're in, some unrealistic demands on your work, from your work rather, on your personal time. So you need to set some boundaries there. Mars and Mercury conjoin on the 29th. That's excellent in that 7th house. Very, very good communications. A lovely sort of cycle there for you, leading up to the end of the year 2013. Some hard aspects. On the 30th, Mercury to Uranus, Sun to Uranus, Mars to Pluto. These are the classic symptoms of explosive communications. Some of your inventive and progressive ways of dealing with things may get out of hand, or someone may not like the fact that you're trying to communicate a little bit differently. That's intensified by Mercury moving into the conjunction of Pluto in that 7th house. Again, so it shows at the end of the year, the very last few days of the year are going to be pretty much tied in with research, digging deep into the emotional quality of your life, yourself and others, and finishing the year on that particular note. And on that note, I'd like to thank you for your continued sort of company here, really. I mean, I haven't actually met you personally, but it's nice to know there's someone there coming back every month to hear what I have to say. Of course, The more detailed analysis is at my site, astrology.com.au. You're more than welcome to join me there. I look forward to your company next year as well. Same time, same channel. Bye-bye for now.